Hey, welcome to What's in the Box. Today we'll be looking at something other than an action figure, a prop instead. Today is Hasbro's Ghostbuster Spengler Neutrino wand. Of course, that's a mouthful, but as everyone knows them, simply a Nuetrino wand. Now, I'm sporting my Ghostbusters shirt here, and I've always been a big fan of that movie. So when I discovered nearly a year later after release that these were out, I was super excited to pick one up and give it a chance. Here's the thing. Coming up, I'll tell you how I got this wand absolutely free. Stick around. So here we have the Nuetrino wand. Now I did construct the base beforehand and put the batteries in. I can quickly show you how the batteries go in. It's just a cap on the very end here, and those slide out like so. This end will go into the actual compartment, and this end will screw in the back. It needs 3 AA batteries. Pretty easy to manage. You just go like that and you're done. Now the stand is a tiny bit flimsy, and these arm pieces will sometimes come off with the wand. It's just the fact that they're gripping the handle front and back. So it's not a huge deal. Like I said, a little flimsy. These come out, these move around pretty good. These bigger arms here also come out. I mean, it's a fairly decent little display piece. I think if you glued these smaller arms in, it would do better. I think it really could have used a paint up. As you can see, it's pretty nicely constructed, and it has this great material in between. It all looks very homemade with nuts and bolts throughout. But I feel like the Ghostbusters official color is kind of red to me. The red and the no-go symbol, the red and the containment unit. And so I think this could have done with a red paint job and maybe some weathering across different bits of it. I may eventually do that, but currently have no plans. But I'll definitely give it more thought and try to do something pretty neat with this. Of course, the wand itself is actually pretty hefty, a couple pounds. It's not too much, to carry around with you, but not so little that it doesn't feel good in the hands. What can I say here? This is as close to 1:1 as you can get. Some photos and things make it look a little small, but it's quite well proportioned and pretty darn accurate to the wand itself. You have all these nice distressed decals throughout. There, the stand clung on and then fell off. No big deal there. You have danger warnings here. A label that says slow blow. I forget the use for that. And then just the various little Ghostbusters labels you activate, and then you intensify the stream. All very, very cool. Now, as with most of my pieces, I do a little research beforehand to see if anything's funky with them, if people think they're cheap. And overall, people really enjoyed this wand, and I think it's great myself. Now, I won't be extending the Nuetrino wand part. This actually locks into place and then will pop out with the flick of a switch. Now, the problem, and the only problem I've heard about this wand, is that there's a small wire that runs the length of this and attaches here to light up this end. And what happens when it pops open, it smashes that wire inside. And if you do it enough, eventually it'll cut that wire in half or make it so bad that the wand tip won't light up. So that's a bummer, but I think if you took some time, went in, took the main body off of this and put a little piece of sponge, or you know, that weather stripping that goes around windows, put some of that in there, and it should keep that wire from being cut or smashed. And I may eventually do that. My personal opinions, being an artist myself, you can't ask for much more. This was about $120, $130 when it came out. It shot up in price like crazy. They're almost $200 now. And that's where my problem came in deciding to buy one, because I really didn't want to spend $200. I wanted to spend more down to the original price. And I just couldn't find anything in that basic price range. And one day I was adding different ones to my Amazon cart until I found one that was about 150 shipped, and I thought, well, that's pretty close with shipping. And I went to pay, or thought I was going to go pay, but I was still kind of debating about the price with, you know, minor money woes around the holidays. And so I was like, I don't think I'll do it. But Amazon kept bugging me with this Amazon gift card option. If you applied for a Amazon Visa, you would get a gift card, and this purchase would be free. I was kind of skeptical, really, but I read into all the rules and stuff, and you didn't have to buy anything, and you didn't have to do anything with the card, and you instantly got money for something on Amazon. Now, the offers vary depending on your account and what items are in your cart. So if you have a really expensive item, have that in your cart when you go to check out. But I signed up for one of their Amazon Visas. Haven't spent a dime on it. We'll cut it up when I get it in the mail. And essentially, $150 gift card for free, meaning the wand was for free. Now, of course, if you're bad with your credit or don't keep up with that sort of thing, I wouldn't suggest it, especially if you're young. Don't do it. But if you're a responsible adult, it's a no-brainer. $150 free, and all you have to do is sign up for a credit card and never spend a dime on it. Fine. I got the Nuetrino wand for free, and that's just absolutely awesome to me. Now let's break down this a little bit. This is, of course, the Nuetrino wand as it appears in Ghostbusters Afterlife. It has a wooden handle here instead of the standard grip, and it has a wrapped grip in the back. People are modding some parts of this, mainly just this grip. They'll cut it off and they'll put actual military tape around it, which I plan to do. As far as look, the body does have, in places, a sort of plasticky look, but they do quite well, especially in the main area here, this main box, and on this back handle. It doesn't look too plasticky, and they've done a lot of decent weathering. Being an artist, it's not decent enough, but there are things that I can do to tweak this if I want to, especially paint washes. But for your average collector, you couldn't ask for more. It's really not going to bug anyone who isn't just really fine for details and have a good eye for that. Yeah, it's some brushed weathering and stuff like that, but still pretty nice. These are all metal parts as well. That's cool. All the switches are metal. Very, very cool. Now, the super fun part is what it does. It has all the effects from the film. And I'll show you those right now. It has a certain sequence to activate. And I'll show you. You flip this switch. Wait, sorry. I'm even getting it wrong. The switch, the light switch, and the activation switch. Hear that? that is a vibration that is actually really strong in this. And it has that feel. I mean, I get a smile on my face when I hold this in my hand. But you can see all the blinking lights here. This light here, you can actually turn this up, if I remember correctly, and you'll hear it intensify. And that will also cause the motion inside to speed up as well. And then this green lever here is for extending the wand, which we're not doing. And then pretty much all you have to do is grip and see the intensify right there, and you fire at some ghosts. I mean, how cool is that? And so we can bring it up, and it gets even louder. Just very, very cool. And you can turn it down, and you can see these lights will go down here. You set it on your display here. So, and then you switch off the same buttons. And there you go. That just brings a certain amount of joy to me. Having something so accurate to the movie. Being a kid and having nothing like this back in the 80s. It really gets me nostalgic for the film. And that really brings me to an even bigger piece that Hasbro's producing, which is the proton pack itself. I have been eyeballing this thing for months. It only has 5 or 6 days left. It has hit pretty much all its goals and is going for the long stretch of 15,000. So I hope it gets there, because it'll come with a stand. One of the very first tiers was to add a hose connector to this, which you can do. It already comes with a connector, and you just put that in place, and the battery pack still works. And then you're just able to connect your hose from this portion right here. But if you haven't checked it out, go to Hasbro Pulse and take a look. It's $400, and let me tell you, that's a frickin' steal. From everything I've seen, a custom backpack can run you anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500, and Hasbro selling one for $400. As far as we know, it's 1-1, fully working. It's got some amazing features, and it matches up with the wand perfectly. I really can't wait to see that come out, and hopefully I'll be doing a review of it when it does, nearly a year from now. But thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for taking a look at the Hasbro Spengler Neutrino wand, and I'll catch you next time.